And we're here with our first guest, William Porter. And William, you are the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Lebanon. Tell me about that job.
All right. Well, as Parks and Recreation, our department takes care of all the baseball and softball fields that we have here in the City of Lebanon. So we've got 11 baseball and softball fields. We've got 3 soccer fields. The Don Fox Park, we're in charge of taking care of it. The little new walking trail that's in front of Lebanon High School, right. That's ours. So those are what we take care of.
So it's a big job.
Yeah, it keeps us pretty busy.
So you at the Don Fox Park, and then there's the little walking trail. Are there any new additions coming anytime soon to our parks?
Well, at the one across from Lebanon High School, we're in the process of putting in a little playground. If you know where the First Tennessee Bank is and the little dentist office, right behind that area, we're in the process of, supposed to start any day now. We've had the equipment for about a month, and we've had so much rain they didn't want to start working on it. So I say within the next month and a half, we're going to have a small, when I say a smaller playground, it's going to be a little bigger than the one behind Pino's. If you're familiar with the Don Fox Park, behind,
yes.
There's a little playground there, and we call it the lily pad, and and this one's not as small as the lily pad, but not as big as the big playground at the Don Fox Park.
So it'll be ready by summer?
Oh yes, it'll be done by probably June.
Oh, that'll be a nice treat for everybody too.
Yeah.
So you've got some summer events coming up. So you're trying to prep for all of that.
Yes, we are. We've got tournaments as all the time. We have tournaments at our ball fields, and Lebanon Girls Softball is going to have the first one. They've got one April the 27th, and they'll have generally somewhere between 30 to 45 teams in their tournament that comes to our town. And so it's fundraisers for our leagues. Our leagues use these tournaments as fundraisers to keep the costs low for the kids to play and to buy equipment and get insurance and pay umpires and stuff.
And how long does that last?
It's a weekend tournament.
It's a weekend
tournament.
tournament?
Saturday, Sunday most of the time, or sometimes Saturday only. But and then so. And
how many people do you estimate come in? Does that bring into the area?
You're talking about 30 to 45 teams. You're talking about 13 girls on a team per team with 3 or 4 coaches per team. So you do the math. You're talking about 600-700 people.
You're busy that
grandma
weekend.
and grandpa, especially if you get the little kids, because grandma and grandpa, they're coming to watch them play. So
that's all hands on deck whenever
yes.
you have a tournament like that. And tell us. I love going to the park with my kids. I've always Don Fox Park is wonderful. The little splash pad, not splash pad, it's a little wading pool. That was so much fun when they were really small. So tell us about what the parks do for the area. Like, why is it so important for us to have these amenities available?
Well, parks are, they're a quality of life for your community. And so, the nicer your parks and the more that you have. Really, our city is below the norm for what we have. We really need more parks, and we're also in the process now. Mayor Ash we're looking at putting some pocket parks and more scattered out throughout the town. Not big parks like a Don Fox Park, but a smaller park. Maybe a 10 to 12 to 15 acre park with a playground, a pavilion. That's closer to people to where you don't have to drive so far, and that people can actually walk to and get to. That's what the process of, we hope, happens with the one in front of Lebanon High School.
Right.
Because it's close to Winfrey Bryant, it's close to Byers Dowdy, hoping that those kids that live in those neighborhoods can get to it without necessarily having their parent have to take them to the park or something. So, and that one's so far for them to walk. So those are things that we're looking at in the process, but they just make your quality of life so much better if you have things to
getting
offer.
out and getting healthy, and it's easy access to that. How many miles is the Don Fox Park if you take it? I know it connects.
The big loop that everybody says is a mile.
Okay.
And then if you go back off what we call Hill Street, and you go out the back and you make that loop back around, you're looking at about 1.8 miles if you make the whole loop. Go to Sellers all the way to the Jimmy Floyd Center, back around and then back out. So almost three miles.
Do you have any idea of how many visitors we have every year to Don Fox Park? Do you have a way of
there's no way of calculating it, but it's astronomical, the people that come, because it's like I tell people, we don't have enough parking at Don Fox Park now. If it's a nice, pretty day, you can just go on and say that it's going to be slammed. It's going to be slammed, and then on the weekends, it's just we have the pavilions that generate so many people because people rent the pavilions. So people are having birthday parties or family reunions, or a church is having an event. So you take four pavilions and you put those people in there. That's not just counting the people that wanted to come
To run
walk,
or
run,
play
go to the
volleyball.
playground with their kids, play volleyball. So, there's thousands of people, every day that come to the park that, I kid people. I say it's like the holy grail of walking. Nobody
Yeah.
can walk anywhere in Lebanon except Don Fox Park.
Right. So it would be nice to have a few more areas.
Yeah.
So you've got your hands full between softball, baseball, soccer. Is there junior football?
We do flag football. Is what we've started. Taifa football started about 7-8 years ago, and so what happened is it kind of split us up because we played amongst ourselves.
Right.
So we had about 300 boys playing football, and we could kind of make enough teams to play amongst ourselves. And when Taifa started, about half the people wanted to play travel,
Right.
and that left us with about half, and we just weren't able to make enough teams to where you didn't have to play the same team all the time. So we just came to the conclusion that we would offer flag
football.
and if you wanted to play tackle, then go play Taifa.
Right.
And it's been a great thing. We had almost 180 kids playing flag this year, and it just gives people an option of,
Yes.
a lot of the concussion stuff that people are talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
now. Mamas don't want junior
No, my
playing.
boys play flag football.
So
yeah.
flag's a good alternative. Teaches you a lot of the same skills.
Right.
And so.
Well,
it's
so
gonna
if
be-
somebody wants to know in the area what events you've got going on this summer, how would they find those out?
They can go to we have a website that's really separate from the city website. It's LebanonCitySports.com.
Okay.
And you can go to that website, and if we have sign-ups for our T-ball, because our city runs a T-ball program, junior pro basketball program, and flag football. The city runs that.
Okay.
Now the baseball stuff that everybody plays and softball, we don't actually run that. We maintain the facilities that they play
Right.
on, but the Rotary and Kiwanis Club run one, and the Lions Club runs Babe Ruth. And
Right.
so they actually get the coaches and make the teams and have the sign-ups. But we do those three sports. So but you have a link to all these other,
Okay.
like LGSA has a link on our website.
So they
if
can
you want-
everything they need to know. They can
They
get on
can
that
go to that
website.
website.
It's safe to say you're going to be busy this summer because we're getting pretty weather. So I know you guys are all busy. I'll let you get back to work. Thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about this. Thank you.